Well, we're going to plug this in so the phone doesn't die on us. So we got plenty of battery, but you never know. And we are on day 61 at over 150,000 hits. So I'm just going to start out doing a really big set till chat catches up or something I got to respond to. We're just going to hit this dummy for a little bit. How's everybody doing this morning? You might notice the dummy's got some new clothes. Just got off night shift. How's everyone doing this morning? A nice Saturday morning. We're in the shade. The temperature isn't too bad. You know, it's a decent morning, Saturday morning. I just got off of work, hitting the dummy for a little bit. Oh, thanks for the follow, Ron. Just to give you an update here, we are cleared of 150,000. I'm actually behind the goal. Hitting it like a little bit over 2,700 times a day. And I've had some days off. So on average, we're actually a little behind. We're averaging 2,500 a day. Alright, right there everybody, that is 200 hits on our favorite friend here who has a new shirt, as you can see. Hey, thanks for the likes. I bought a new shirt. Actually, this is pretty good. I got this on Amazon for like 20, I think it's 25 bucks shipped. Might have been even 20, no, it was on sale, $20. And I tried it on, like, if you want just like a Ren Fair shirt or something, it's just one of the, I typed in Tabard. This is one of the cheapest ones that came up. It's actually a pretty decent item. If you ever go to a Ren Fair, you just need something cheap, you don't have any Ren Fair clothes. I mean, heck, this is a pretty good deal. Oh, and Ron, and thanks for liking the live. We hit 150,000 yesterday. My next fight is the end of the month. I think I'll have a 3-day broadcast of it. I don't know which day I'm fighting yet, but it's going to be the last weekend of the month. Thanks for the likes. Ron, much appreciated. Thank you for even coming by this beautiful Sunday morning. I don't know what time it is where you're at. Oh. Wait, if you have another... What is that? Wait, let me finish this set. Before it slips in my mind, I think we're on 279. Hang on. All right. So, yeah, I'll be fighting, it's the last weekend of this month, whatever, the 30th that kind of runs in September. I'll be fighting more than one person. That's the next tournament I'm in for, fighting in armor, right? So, like I usually say, it's so much easier now. If you look up here, if anyone clicks on my avatar, I got one of my cage matches highlight videos, one of our team highlight videos, fighting in armor, swords, axes, full contact, not scripted. I have some fights lined up. The thing is, I don't know what day. I don't know if we're just fighting for one day. It's at Dragon Con in Atlanta, a really cool event. It's a kind of an exclusive event, like I'm lucky to get into it. But yeah, I'm in it this year. Fighting a couple people. Duels, though. They're going to have the MMA fights, you know, like where you're fighting, punching, kicking, throwing people on the ground, hitting people on the ground. In armor. I like it. It's fun. Keeps me in shape. Like, that's for sure. So, yeah, fighting, I don't know how many people I'm fighting. It's a smaller tournament than usual. It might only be like 12 of us there. Guess what? Alright, that is the 30 for the heart me. We got something special for you. Stay right there. It is right here. We're on like 334. I'm going to finish out this set with my axe. This is an example of, see little hearts in it? I like the hearts. But yeah, here, this is something else that we use in this sport. I'm trying not to kill the dummy though. Whoa, I missed. You can do this. Oh. They got stuck in the dummy. Hang on. These aren't sharp, by the way. I'll catch up with chat in 1 second. This is for that hurt me. And just so you know, for leaving the hurt me, you'll be in the highlight video. I'm getting so backed up on videos. The highlight for this broadcast will probably be Sunday or tomorrow. That is finish that set with the axe for Heart Me. I appreciate that. Ooh, that's so weird. Look at the sun coming through. That's so weird. That's actually not just weird, it's pretty cool. Can we fake it like we got magic? Wait, hold on. Ugh, I can't do it. I'm trying to do something cool with it. Ooh. Fireball. Anyway, yeah. Catman, hey. Yeah, what's up again, Catman? Good morning to you. As I just happened to, I think it's like shining just there. It'll probably be gone in a moment, you know what I mean? Whoa. Anyway, I don't know. I'm just messing around. Yeah, you know, the townspeople, the thing is, the townspeople right around here are actually totally, it's totally normal for them now that I'm out here doing this. Yo, and Kitty Galore, thanks for liking the live. Good morning there. Hey, X, good morning. How's it going today? I'm trying to do something cool with the sun as a prop, but I can't. The problem is I flipped it's mirrored, so it's like, oh come on. So my actions, even though I know where I should be doing, it's backwards. But anyway, good morning. I'll stop messing with the sun. Warrior Wizard, yeah. Are you? Nice. Yeah, I did. So I got a good couple sets of longsword in the armor yesterday. I was surprised. My endurance with it was kind of crappy. I haven't been doing longsword enough in armor lately for practice. Thanks for the likes. Oh, look. William, we just did. There it goes. Yeah, I guess it was only there for a little bit. The sun is up. We chopped it out of the sky. Thanks. Yeah, like anybody out there, I always say no weights. I used to lift weights though for years, like 20 some years. So, but I haven't lifted weights really for years, and that's just fighting in armor, doing exercises at home. Thank you, and much appreciated. We're at like 400 for the day, so I can keep on a pace. I'm just gonna do a couple of these while we're talking. Is that 60? Oh, man. See, I was trying to read something. I saw something popped up. Dude, nice. Yes, we got something in common. I just wore this shirt today. It goes kind of with these, like, retro sunglasses. I go through so much laundry wearing stuff to do this. Like, everything just gets covered in sweat. And then I'm just washing clothes like crazy. So, decided to wear something a little nicer for a Saturday morning. Dummy's not on the screen. So what we're going to do, because I kind of lost track, I know approximately where we're at. So we're going to do a couple extra hits here at the end, just to make sure we did actually hammer punch. Did get over 500 so far for the morning. So that's clearly over a fifth set of 100 right there. Let me write it down on our little sheet here. Catch up on chat. Woo. On our little sheet here. Catch up on chat. Woo. So, 500. Did a couple extra. Kind of lost track. I go read in chat sometimes, I'm fine. Sometimes I see something pops in my head, and I totally forget. Yes. Hopefully that's a little better. It's our friend Bob. That's who the fighter is today. Do have some water so we can hydrate. This is just a dummy fighter till, like I'm saying, anyone just tune next. Yeah, when you drink too much Mountain Dew, for sure. You know what? Let me tell you something crazy, right? I went to this camp, then I'll scroll through chat and make sure I don't miss anything. This 2-week, like, medieval camp. That's why I call it, because that's the easiest way people understand it, right? Just medieval, whatever, 2 weeks. I used to drink 2 energy drinks a day. And I didn't have any there, I haven't had any since I came back. I think I'm on week 3 without like a Red Bull or something. Crazy. I was sleeping like 12 hours a day, but I think I'm over it. I think they're out of my system. Mountain Dew's good though. I did have Mountain Dew just the other day. Let's just make sure we didn't miss anything. Good, we didn't. Alright, and if you are still there, Big, I'm gonna... Hey, I said somebody joined it. I recognize your avatar. I didn't get to read the name. Somebody who's been here before. Now we can see the dummy. As we were talking, the neighbor did come out. Didn't bat an eye. Didn't bat an eye. We do this all the time. I've been doing this for 6 years. By now, they know what's going on next door. Alright. Let's get some more reps in here. I'd like to try and get above 3,000 this morning if we can. The main thing is we're actually behind goal, so I gotta kind of pick it up. Making sure I don't miss anything in chat. Oh, little E. So I fight in armor. That's the sport I do. And I challenge people to... so one day I posted, hey, who would fight me for an hour straight in longsword? And everyone's like, haha, that's stupid. Or no one would do that. No one could do that. I was like, all right. So my next best idea was I'll hit this dummy 1,000,000 times in a year or less. I generally use this shield for my fights. As you can see, it does have some battle damage on it. And I'm training for fighting in armor. It's like unscripted. You know, it's armor like you'd see it in medieval times, except it's made for taking more of a beating. And we fight like in cages, wooden rings, you call it a list. And yeah, just trying to keep my arms in shape, hitting this thing 1,000,000 times, showing people like in this sport that you definitely need to be out here keeping your arms in shape. I'll tell you, this is probably getting close to 100. The worst experience I ever had, I was fighting for first place medal to decide who's going to get first or second place. And this is years ago. And I see some other comments. Stop hitting the poor man. Oh, man. He's my coach, though. That's my trainer. So I was fighting for a medal. This is probably like 3 years ago now. Basically, sword and shield, a bigger shield, and we're going at it. And it was probably like my freaking 20th round of the day, 20th fight, because I did longsword, sword and shield, buckler. It was probably like my 24th fight, right? Because I got second place in longsword. I ended up getting second place in sword and shield, and this is why. As I was swinging, and there's a photo of it out there. My arm and my grip was getting so tired that I had my shield up and I was swinging, and in the picture my sword is like up here because it slipped out of my hand. My grip was so bad, and I thought to myself, I'm never gonna drop a sword again. So hey, and thanks, I'm gonna give everybody a shout out for liking the live right after this quick story. So I thought, okay, I'm never gonna drop a sword again. I'm gonna train like higher reps. I did for a little bit. Just got out of the habit. Thanks for hitting that like button. So then I was fighting again, like at longsword a couple years ago, like 3 years ago at the Arnold Schwarzenegger's Fitness Expo, and I was fighting for third place. So if I lose, I don't get anything. And I was fighting somebody, and I lost. I was so worn out. My arms are so worn out fighting longsword. You know, this is like all I could do. And I knew every time I hit them, I'd get hit like 2 or 3 times in return. I had to, like, I was even just standing back, you know. I'm like, and just getting hit. I was like, man, I'm just losing so bad. Even the one time I hit and I tried to like turn around and get away, and he hit me in the back. I was so tired. And I was like, I need to train my arms so I can always swing a sword, never drop it, never get tired. I'm perfect with that now. I can swing a sword all freaking day long. I lost my chance at some good medals because my arms are so worn out. Red, all right, let's go through the chat here to make sure we catch up on everything, because I don't like to leave people hanging with unanswered questions. Hey, and thanks, Oli, if you're still there. My favorite sport in the world. Carter, thanks for the like. Oh, Charlie, I'm trying to. It's a plastic sword. He said it's not too bad. We don't do sharps, they're all blunted. I'll show you a sword if you like. Oh, yeah. Oh, red. Heck yeah. Well, congratulations. Like I'm saying, if you ask me, the ways to succeed is endurance. More than skill, more than experience. If you don't have the endurance, you're kind of just going to be at the bottom of the I don't know, what do you call it? Bottom of the... Without endurance, you won't be super good. You don't have to be super good in this sport. So many people, new people... Without endurance, you won't be super good. You don't have to be super good in this sport. So many people, new people in the sport, don't ever get frustrated just getting into it. If things seem like they're getting, like, you know... Geez, my first fight I ever did, I tripped on my own feet. Running across the... to try and cross-check somebody. One time, my first tournament, fighting in armor... my first tournament, fighting in armor... second. I was still pretty new. My second fight ever, and it was a longsword like pro fight, and I totally misjudged top heavy, and I fell right on my face. So that's my that's how I got into this sport. But yeah, endurance over everything. And thanks Red for liking the live. Catman, armor sword and buckler, also yes, my favorite. I'll show you my saber, everybody, so we can see what they look like. They're not sharp. Oh, yeah. Buffer, the best dude that ever came to our practice, and he runs a team now up in Akron, Ohio. He's a buffer fighter. He is so good at duels. Yeah, here, I'll show you. I have it sitting right here. So, they're not sharp. As you can see, it's got all kind of stickers on it from different tournaments and stuff. But anyway. So this one's kind of different because, for one, it's underweight. So I had to make a... I cut a piece of metal, and I taped it up in here in the grip so that it actually makes weight now. So they're not sharp. See what I mean? It's just like a blunt sword. This is my tournament saber. It's actually made by... It was made for Arm Street, which they don't sell them anymore, which sucks. Because if this thing ever breaks, and this thing is getting probably close to it, I don't know if it will, but I keep filing down the edges because you can't have like nicks and, you know, barbed metal when you're fighting. So I've been shaving it down. There's some pretty big dents in it, you know, when you're fighting. So I've been shaving it down. There's some pretty big dents in it, you know, in the blade side. I hope it doesn't go, but it might. Yo, Gray Matter. I swear to you, when I first started, I was gonna say, I wonder if we'd see Gray Matter today. It'd be good to. And here we are. I swear on my life, I thought about it. I just didn't say it out loud. Gray Matter, what's up? Oh, Columbus. Which Columbus are you talking about? Ohio? Great swords are also great. No, there's not enough people with great swords, though, to have an actual category. Which Columbus are you talking about? Great swords are also great. No, there's not enough people with great swords, though, to have an actual category. Which Columbus are you talking about? Because I'm in Pittsburgh area. We got a team out here, although we're kind of like loosely. Oh, nice, loosely organized. Is that a Are you with a league or Or is it like an independent team? I don't know if you know what I'm talking about. Like ACW, they're just like ACW teams. Do you know what I mean? Thanks for hitting that like button. Yo, what's up, Rip Bentley? Yo, thanks for hitting that like button, darling. Thank you. Yo, oh, thank you. Much appreciated. Getting some reps in early Saturday. Let me write this down before I forget while we're talking. I usually, a lot of times, do sets of 100. Not today. We're just kind of doing as we're going. Trying not to lose track of the reps. There's that church bell. What time is it? We'll have to count how many times it rings. Oh, it's obviously 8 o'clock here. Oh, all right. So, here, Red, let me, so here's what I was wondering about the team, right? So you got, listen, church bell. That's it, 8 a.m. For one, I need to move this back because it's slowly making its way into the fire pit. So, here's what I mean. Oh, there's the sun's back. The fireball, everybody. It's not as cool as last time. Yo, oh, Sam, or Bling Boss, what's up? So here's what I mean about like an independent team or not, right? So if you have like the ACW is Armored Combat Worldwide, and their teams are like exclusively for that league. So they don't like really commingle with other leagues. So sometimes you'll have something like that compared to like our team is an independent club, and we register with different leagues to fight. So like Boo Hurt International, you know, we register with Boo Hurt International. Then we can compete in our league. But we like own the team. Do you know what I mean? So it doesn't matter like which league we want to fight in. Magic. It is that Magic's back. It's gone already. The Magic didn't last too long. It's this one is not. So here's a lesson I learned, right? Yeah, so we don't have like much social media for it. We don't have a TikTok, but our team, it's Pittsburgh Armored Combat. You can find us on Facebook. But oh boy, could we have a discussion? All right. So there's like a small amount of us here, but we don't really fight together as a team a lot of times. We fight with other teams. So in this sport, right, you can jump in on another team. For the most part. They're kind of doing it where, oh, you know what? It's holding up pretty good. It has kind of split down here a little bit, but it's been manageable with like just adding layers of duct tape. And before we're at over 150,000 right now. Before that, I'd already probably put a couple 100,000 hits on this. But you know, it's gonna happen. It's a consumable good. Yeah, it's holding up for the most part. Do a battle move. That's like a quick 1-2. All right, or we got this. Boom! Knee to the face. That's kind of like a battle move. I think that's 100, but we're gonna do another. I could have been off a little bit, so we're doing a couple extra. Sometimes when I start chatting, I'll remember like, hey, we're on 40, we're on 70. We're definitely over 100 there. Man. What if the enemy lets you hit them? Well, okay, let's go in order. Don't leave yet. I don't know. We're gonna go and order a chat. And same thing about the sorter gun. And gray matter. Yeah, so we're like an independent team. It's so much easier to manage. We can just fight wherever. But a lot of us fight with other teams. Like Chris on my team fights with Pale Horse. Heather fights with Matagos. I do duels. We all come together sometimes to fight together. Alright, let's see. Gray Matter was asking some. Oh yeah, okay. Well, that's cool. Yeah, it's... Oh, about your captain fighting Boo Hurt. I've had this Bob for... It's been a couple years. Went to war tomorrow as drafted. Definitely bring the gun. But the thing is, if they'd let me, I'd bring a sword too. Even if it's like a short sword, where I could at least keep it where it wouldn't get in the way of stuff. At least too bad. Maybe I could be like Snake Eyes and have two swords from G.I. Joe or Storm Shadow. But I'd use a Western, like a European sword, not a katana. Katanas are cool. I just don't know how to use them as much as like a long sword. All right, and what if the enemy lets you hit them? Well, the enemies definitely hit back. I've been not. Oh, I am just Parker. Thanks if you're still there. I'm sort of scrolling through comments as they come in. And thanks for the follow there. I don't know. So, oh, Pensick Rose. I'm gonna tell you how Pensick was. It was awesome. Not my favorite Pensick, but it was still awesome Pensick. I'll tell you about it. Textbook HEMA guards in live combat are actually pretty good. How common are they? In Boo Hurt, they're not really common at all. Because we don't do binding of blades. Do you know what I mean? You're really not out there worrying about getting hit one time and trying to like control the center and like winding and binding and all that stuff, and we can't poke each other. So some HEMA stuff translates, but it's usually things where you're attacking weapons, knocking weapons out of the way, things that control the center. But it just happens so quick because you're just firing off shots, trying to outscore somebody for a time limit and not just one hit. So it doesn't always matter if you're getting hit. You know what I mean? So people usually don't learn anything from HEMA in the sport anyway. They just start with Boo Hurt. So some of it is practical for both Boo Hurt and HEMA. The guards, you know. But the thing is, when you're swinging and you have armor, you're just getting hit for a total number of points in like 60 seconds. Then it kind of doesn't really matter anymore. You know what I mean? Pensick was great. I have both great sword and long sword. Yeah, like my basic longsword guard is a Hema guard. I'm probably one of the only people who prefer to just hold it down here. Almost always, unless it's specific situations, but I usually do a fool's guard. But then at the same time, a lot of Hema strikes, like all these things where you come up like this, you never do like an Unterhau in Hema, like an official Unterhau. It's almost pointless. You're totally you're hitting for points, you know? Like, no one's gonna care if you have like if you're swinging up. Besides, you're even lucky with full plate armor if you can even cross your arms and come this way. You know, like those swinging up is not recommended by me. If you ever notice, I do almost the same hits all the time. It's just straight down on both sides. All right, Rose, if you're still there. Pensick was great. It wasn't like my favorite Pensick, like I was saying, because we didn't get out and do tons of stuff. I had to go off site a couple nights. Tell you about that 1 second gray matter. The last rum brunch, I went to that. That was good to at least get there for that. Grumpy, hey. I didn't fight except for I fought in a steel tournament. They only took first and second place, so I don't know what I placed. I didn't get first or second though, but it was fun. And I like the SCA steel fighting because you talk about which weapons you want to use, which was cool. It's not like, hey, this is just a longsword tournament. It's an anything tournament. You actually talk with your opponents about what you want to use. I do. Yes. Yeah. The lightsaber. Let me get a set. We're at like one. We had a set of 100. I got right down. Let me get another set of 100. The last lightsaber tournament, I got second place out of 20, and I will tell you my exact strategy. Let me get 100 hits on here real quick. Yes, I love that. I love that question. I'll tell you exactly. And I'll hurry up. Alright, that should be 100. Let me tell you about lightsaber battles. I will take my gloves off and take a second for this while we get some water. Where's the water bottle? There it is. Okay. No joke. Like, swear in my life. I don't have any video footage of it because I didn't record it. I got second place out of 20 people in lightsaber. And I told this story before on here, right? I met this girl on Bumble. We've been talking for a couple weeks. I'm like, I don't have any free time really coming up. I was like, I'm off this, I think it was a Friday. I was like, I'm off this Friday night. But we're going to have to get, if you want to hang out, like, it's a lightsaber tournament. Like, you can come with me. She's like, oh, I'd love it. Perfect. So, lightsaber. And I have 2 tournament lightsabers, by the way. Knocking the dust off of this. Alright. People, if you want to win, there's a couple kinds of people in these lightsaber tournaments. Let me write this down because I forgot. As I was saying, I'll forget to write these down. Alright. You got the people who get really into it. Let me tell you all about one of the coolest dudes I know who gets into lightsaber battles more than anybody else I know. Oh! The blind guy. Except I use a sword instead of a stick. And I hold it up this way instead of down at the ground. So, this guy gets so... This is one type of lightsaber person. They get so into it that he would come out and go like this. Like he's using the force to choke people. Right? He'd get so into it. And they can be really flashy. We're like, you know, they do all these, you know, the lightsaber tricks, and and all this crazy stuff, right? This is what you do to them. You control the center, and you look for openings. You don't do to them. You control the center, and you look for openings. You don't let them hit your sword out of the way. You swing your sword. You just drop your saber real quick or whatever, and you get an opening while they're doing all their whoop 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 because they're so into it, and it's boop because it's just to touch, right? You got people that have so much enthusiasm and get so crazy that they just do all this fancy stuff, and all you got to do, I just control the center. I look for an opening. As soon as I get it, you gotta be able to move back and forth. And as soon as you get that opening, it doesn't matter pretty much where you touch them, right, with the lightsaber. The second kind of person is a person, and they'll be out there. They'll probably be like, sometimes you have people fight with two hands and stuff like that. People like that, if you're ever like really confused on like how to fight somebody like that and you're having trouble, if you're ever like really confused on like how to fight somebody like that and you're having trouble, and I'm totally serious about this, you wait and you have an opening and dive to this, tap him on the leg. I do it all the time. This guy was always up here like this every time. This is his guard all the time with his lightsaber, and every time I went up, I'd go like this, and I'd just like, you know, drop to the ground as I swam. I went up, and I'd go like this, and I'd just like, you know, drop to the ground as I swing, and I'd catch him like waist down all the time. That's another tip for people. Sometimes people be like, if you're fencing somebody who has some saber experience, you know, don't just jump straight at them, but don't be afraid to like jump offline, try and come offline. You don't usually want to attack straight down the center. All you have to do is touch them. You don't usually want to attack straight down the center. All you have to do is touch them. You just wait. You just kind of assess where their sword is. Decide that they're not going to be able to hit you on. You can always like jump to the side and hit. Hopefully, and hit at the same time. Yeah. So that's some things I suggest, but my main thing is always straight ahead thrust. I don't stand sideways. I usually keep a hand like on my hip, and I try and just control the center. If somebody kind of tries to smack my blade, I just kind of let it bounce off, or I move it out of the way. If you can get them to swing at your sword, drop it, touch them. I swear to you, I had a guy who we were having this big exchange, and I held it up like this, and he seriously just walked right into it. Control the center. That's my lightsaber. That's my lightsaber theory. And I swear in my life, the last one I did, I only lost one time a tournament of 20 people. And the guy I lost to is it for the final. And he is a and the guy I lost to is it for the final. And he is a instructor at one of the sword fighting schools here. Yeah. You know, it's just don't be afraid to like, if you think you can do it, if you're that agile to be able to like act like you're gonna do something up here, just drop to the ground. If you got elbow guards, you know, act like you're gonna do something up here, just drop to the ground. If you got elbow guards, you know, it's not gonna hurt too bad. With your offhand, you know, you just drop down as you're dropping down. You just drop down as you're dropping down. Hit a leg. I love running at people and sliding and hitting. But for the most part, control the center and poke. Everyone doing all the crazy stuff. I've only fought in like 4 lightsaber tournaments in my life though, but the last one before that I got hurt because I pulled a leg muscle jumping around. So you gotta watch out. I was undefeated. I was like 4-0. I was probably gonna get to the finals again. Pulled a groin muscle. That sucked. Oh man. Well, we have some Oh man. Well, we have some trials and tribulations coming up here. User 7819. We're gonna be fighting at other people here pretty soon. Just making sure I didn't miss anything. All right, we didn't really. Well, the thing with hitting this dummy though, yeah, that's my tip. Hope it helps. That's my tip. Hope it helps. I've won more fights just by poking somebody straight in the head. And if they're trying to do that to you, well, I don't know. Good luck. Sometimes it sucks. And if they're trying to do that to you, well, I don't know. Good luck. Sometimes it sucks. I'm not saying I don't lose. I'm just saying like I generally do pretty good with lightsabers. Gray matter. You're right. But the thing with hitting this dummy though, it's just when you're fighting an armor, there's not much to do. Like when you're fighting an armor for points, it's a little different. Because then I'm acting like that. Just like hit. And I just try and, because it's going to end up in a grapple. The best way to win one of the MMA fights is to get someone on the ground. And if I'm getting grappled and I don't feel like I'm comfortable enough to try and throw them on the ground, I'm always still just hitting. If I'm getting grappled and I don't feel like I'm comfortable enough to try and throw them on the ground, I'm always still just hitting. But almost every one of these fights I get in, except for people just love to swing swords and brawl, ends up in the grapple. And it's who's going to get who on the ground. I think I missed a longer comment. Hold on. Who's going to get who on the ground? I think I missed a longer comment. Hold on. Oh, wait. Big Unk. Hey, what's up, Unk Doom? Yo. Were we talking? I didn't even realize it yet. Oh. I don't know. I hope it's... I don't know. I hope it's not my live. Sometimes it does that. I'm sorry about it if it's starting to repeat and all that stuff. It sucks. I have a really good connection right here. I have a full wireless connection. I don't know. Yes! What's up, Big Unk Doom? Lag. Crap. Alright, here's what we're going to do. I don't get as much lag over here. Oh, although now it's going to be in the sun a little bit. Alright. This seems to be the sweet spot. But now the chat's on the side. So this seems to be the sweet spot. But now the chat's on the side. So I'm going to get some reps in. I'm going to keep checking chat. Alright, let's see. Hopefully it doesn't lag. And then if you need me to repeat something, like just drop it in chat. If something skipped and you didn't hear what I... Hitting the dummy, we're over 150,000, Unk. We're getting there. Ah, shoot. I don't understand why. I wish I could hardwire... I have a full Wi-Fi connection, so I don't know what the problem would be. I got plenty of free memory on the phone. If I could stream Wi-Fi connection, so I don't know what the problem would be. I got plenty of free memory on the phone. If I could stream from my laptop from here, it'd be so much better. I could have graphics, you know, all this stuff, but I can't because it's a Mac and they don't have the TikTok app doesn't work for a Mac. I don't know why. So we're gonna keep hitting this dummy though. Don't worry, I'm gonna keep checking chat. If there's anything we need to re-explain, let me know. With gray matter, see, like most of the hits in this, I'm only really doing the same kind of hits all the time into the MMA stuff. I rarely am doing anything else. I almost never hit from this side. You know, I think it happened kind of quick. I had you know, I think it happened kind of quick. I had a pole arm fight with these big axes on like my 10th day after doing this, and my arms held up pretty good. It's like, yeah, it's like it didn't even matter. And my arms held up pretty good. It's like, yeah, it's like it didn't even matter. I wasn't even, my arms weren't phased at all. I thought I'd be a little worn out, but I wasn't. Hey, and Gray Matter, thanks for liking the live again. Wow, it's been like a month since I fought that fight. Oh, well shoot, I fought on August 6th. I fought a whole tournament. And my arms are totally fine, which was crazy. Like, it's almost just like I'm back at home hitting the dummy. And it's just, yeah, like, it's almost like, I mean, there's a lot of effort that goes into it. Having the armor makes it a little heavier too. Alright, that was, we were on like, we were on like 156 when I knocked the dummy over. I would put more water in the base of that dummy, but then I can't move it around as easy. Maybe I should just add the water into it, you know? Here, I'm gonna get to chat. Let me stand our friend up here again. That's what sucks about going downhill. The gravity also likes to take it. Yo, hey, I put my, so I can read. Pud, hey, thanks for the follow. As we knocked it, is that Nate? Was that Nate? I saw a picture of someone's avatar. I don't know if that was Nate or not. Oh, let's do some left-handed. I saw a picture of someone's avatar. I don't know if that was Nate or not. Oh, let's do some left-handed. Making sure I don't miss anything in chat. They are. Yeah, the thing with the unarmored combat, it's almost always fighting to one hit. Oh, smacked myself there. So that's why I like the Boo Hurt stuff, because it's for a time limit. You know, they're starting to do things. They have HEMA now. They have SCA events where you fight for a whole 60 seconds or something. Yeah, HEMA definitely has the more historic format, though, you know, where it does matter what guards you use. If I'm gonna be fighting a buckler, I'm trying to protect my hands more. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not just going like this. You know, I'm actually kind of like protecting my hand with my shield, swinging like this. Where, okay, my hand's protected. If I want to come around this way, there's a wait. How's the combo go? This. Wait, I haven't done it for so long. There's a good combo with the shield. You don't do this because your hand will be exposed. Swinging this way, swinging this way, swinging this way. Ah, man, been too long since I did it. There's a whole buckler routine you can do where your hand's always guarded. But regardless, you know what I'm saying? Like when you're fighting HEMA, you're protecting yourself a little more. You're not like just out here like this. Oh. Yes. All right, Catman. Awesome to talk to you this morning. Have a great, awesome day and some great training. We're gonna just so anybody out there wants to know, we might be on again before I go to work tonight. We're about 8:30, so we'll see. We'll see what time. There wants to know, we might be on again before I go to work tonight. We're about 8:30, so we'll see. We'll see what time. I'm still awake from work last night. We'll see what we feel like here in a little bit. Let's get some left-handed hits in here. I'm so wide open when I do that one hit like this. I need to teach myself some better habits with my left hand, so I'm not like, when I do this left-handed, I'm so wide open down here. It's a bad habit, and I have to get that out. I have to get that out of my system somehow. Yeah, a little bit left-handed works good. Oh yes, we're not boxing. We're kind of boxing with the shield a little bit. Easter. Maybe you can't even. It's talking about Scotsman. Maybe not even just you can't afford a halberd, but you can't afford a what's the sword with the basket hilt? That's Scottish, right? Superior sword in my opinion. Much more expensive than a Western arming sword. But that was like my left-handed. Like I was just saying, actually, while you're typing, left-handed isn't my thing, I guess. Yeah, well, but for Boohurt, you're right. We were actually kind of just talking about that. I think just before he came in, but for Boohurt, you're right. We were actually kind of just talking about that. I think just before he came in, right? Great, we were talking about that. But at the same time, like I'm saying, what did I do? While we were talking about that is that we're fighting more for Boohurt, which is basically this. Punch it. Like, I use this to punch more than block in the MMA stuff. Oh, what's up there? Hope. What's up, Hope? Oh, for sure. About the heater shield. Oh, for sure. You know what? A great, while we're talking about great training exercise, I think I have at least one video of it on here. Guys, I think I have at least one video of it on here. Don't even equip a sword, and I spend the time taking blocking shots. You know, like punch blocks, just trying to stay. I don't even use my right hand at all. We haven't done it for a while because we just haven't got around to it. But yeah, definitely. And that way I try and keep like this side of my brain, my right side of my brain, so I don't have to think so much. But for Boohurt, all we're basically doing is punching and hitting. Definitely more ambidextrous action for sure. Oh, I didn't write that set down. That was like 70 with the left hand. Let me just write it on the oh, I pulled the marker apart. These cheap markers, the caps don't come off, the whole marker comes apart. True, yep. But then as a set you'll see me doing here, this is, so for the like MMA stuff I do, this is Boohurt buckler. You know what I mean? Like more punching with it. Great matter. I'm gonna see. Hopefully, let me know if you have problems. I'm gonna try and get this back here so I can kind of see chat while we're doing it. Hopefully, the live doesn't skip anymore. We'll see. But it's a lot easier for me to see when stuff pops up in chat when it's in front of me like that. Can we turn this a little bit though? It pops up in chat when it's in front of me like that. Can we turn this a little bit though? There we go. I'm watching a squirrel. Sometimes they jump over top. I'm just waiting for one to fall on me while we're live streaming one day. Kingdom? Oh, if you're talking about SCA kingdoms, I live in Ethelmark. If you're talking about like fantasy kingdoms, I guess I live in Pennsylvania Stan. Oh, and Heather, hey, thanks for liking the live. We're hitting the a whole bunch of times. And we are now over 150,000, by the way. OG Toast! Yo! OG Toast! Yo! Screaming into the mic when I do that. Screaming into the mic when I do that. I should say, oh, nice. Heck yeah. Do you ever go to? Do we ever talk about? Heck yeah. Do you ever go to? Do we ever talk about this? I don't know. You ever go to any events around here? The best one I used to love Tavern Brawl because it was right near my house. And they always had, and Tavern Brawl is just the fighting in SCA. I also like the dancing. There's actually a decent amount of people. When I was streaming from Pensick, OG Toast, hey, what's up again? When I was streaming from Pensick, I actually had a lot of people that tuned in from Mid-Realm. And when I was streaming from Pensick, I actually had a lot of people that tuned in from Mid-Realm. And yeah, it was crazy because and someone would know somebody in it. But now I'm back to training for Armored Combat. My next fight is at the end of the month. So not today. I was thinking about putting the armor on this morning, but I didn't. So not today. I was thinking about putting the armor on this morning, but I didn't. That's the good thing about I went back to work last night. I work overnight. I'm still up from. That's the good thing about I went back to work last night. I work overnight. I'm still up from last night. Sometimes on the first night back, I can't sleep the whole day, so I just might wake up and put the armor on and get some more hits on around the armor on and get some more hits on around like 5 p.m. or something. I'm gonna get to chat in 1 second. I think this is about to finish up a set of like 300 that we haven't written down yet. Yeah, that's what I'm supposed to do with the buckler. Check out my video, my cage fight up here. That's what I hit. I punched with my buckler. It's I think we're just talking about two different sports. Boohurt, you punch people with it. Like I was saying before earlier though, they're like I did have a little bit in that set, putting it in their face. But for the most part, yeah. Hitting someone with the buckler hitting someone with the buckler rattles people more than the sword. So everything you're saying, totally correct, except for like that's the thing. Sometimes with the Boohurt stuff, it's just like totally right. Everything you're saying, and actually, I swear on my life, before you got here and we were talking about it, I was talking with Gray Matter about like how in HEMA, you know, and there's other sports. We were talking about it. I was talking with Gray Matter about like how in HEMA, you know, and there's other sports. You want to protect yourself more. I swear to you, it's just before we started talking about it, because I was showing him how like you want to do things where if you're swinging, you're guarding your hand, you know, you're holding it out like it. Like in an extension, you're swinging around it and stuff like that. Oh, not that way, because I'd expose my hand, right? Anyway, but you know what I mean. But in like trying to knock people out, I do. You're right. I try and use it like brass knuckles. No, Heather, I want to make sure I didn't miss something you were saying there too. Oh yes. Ah, nice. Hey. So just so you know, I still have Pensick stuff to upload, Heather. I'm trying not to like blow through all my Pensick footage at once. So at least over the next couple weeks before I upload, Heather. I'm trying not to like blow through all my Pensick footage at once. So at least over the next couple weeks till I run out, I have some Pensick footage to upload. So if we won't be disappointed. Ethelmar, oh, okay, I didn't miss anything else. Let's see, I still have to go through like the bridge battle highlights and stuff, but I have like about 6 or 7 videos waiting to upload. Battle footage. But the bad thing is though, since I live streamed it all, the resolution kind of sucks. Because I'm taking clips from the live stream, and the live streams aren't like the best quality the video. But for the most part, you know, I mean, there'll be some Pensick footage. Richie, what's up, Richie? How many hits are we at today? 6, 9, 1, 11, 13, 14, 6, 9, 1. 11, 13, 14, 15. All right, we're over 1,500 for today. Oh, was not able. I was gonna say you were able. I'm sorry. I wish. Yeah, that sucks when you can't. At least for the one lucky thing out of everything on Earth is I live like less than an hour from Pensick. Which also doesn't give me an excuse to like skip things. Like my daughter had cheer one day. I had to take her to this cheer thing she was getting volunteer hours for. She had a horse show a different day. We had to leave camp 2 times for that. So that kind of sucks sometimes. But yeah, I take my daughter with, you know, she likes it. It's her 4th Pensick now. Oh, cool. Yeah, so that's not too bad. Uh-oh. It said unstable connection. Just in case it's lagging, I'll say it again. I don't know why it does that. I have a perfect internet connection and it's telling me it's lagging. But anyway, Yeah, so cool that you live that close. I was also saying I don't have an excuse to skip out on things. So my daughter has stuff for school. Like it's almost like we have to go for horse riding shows. Although I would take her to her horse riding show anyway. But we had to leave. We had to leave. Come and go from Pensick a few times this year. Tutorial that was neat to make a new books. Wait. Oh gee, that is actually a pretty cool idea. Oh, alright, Heather. Hey, usual content though, just so you know, but I will have Pensick stuff. At least usual content though, just so you know, but I will have Pensick stuff. At least for a couple weeks. Every couple days I'll try and upload a vid of it. That would be a cool cell phone cover. Are you talking about like what kind of book though? Are you talking about like just barely bigger than the phone? Yeah, all right. Let me just see something here real quick. Like usual, you know how I like to take screenshots of things. There, like usual, you know how I like to take screenshots of things. There, I didn't realize I wasn't following you back. That should make it easier to do messages and stuff. Yo, what's up? Oh, Felipe, hey, welcome back. If you're just still there and can hear me. Sometimes people log into TikTok, and I think just because they've been here, it just throws me into the live stream, you know? Okay, that should be 50 with that. Let me grab this real quick. Ah, right. Okay, bit bigger. Leather bound. That's actually a really cool thing. That would be, you know. Ah, right. Okay, bit bigger. Leather bound. That's actually a really cool thing. That would be, you know what they make? So check this out. So if you go to Ren fairs and stuff, they make, you know how you usually wear a belt with a pouch? They make book holders, like a leather book holder that you can put a book in, a pamphlet or something, right? That would be such a cool idea. You get the cell phone cover in the book, and you can actually have it's like a holster for a book. They were selling them at Pensick. They were like a set size. It wasn't big enough to keep like a really big book in, but like a pamphlet or something size. That actually, like, you look totally like historical, and you'd never know. It's like it's myself. You look totally like historical, and you'd never know. It's like it's my cell phone holder. You know how we just had that whole debate on the buckler? if they come back and see me swinging this longsword, they will huge critique on it from something. just a disclaimer. That's just for exercise. That's 200 we need to write down on the board. Let's keep it going. I'm going to put this longsword down though for a moment. On the board. Let's keep it going. I'm going to put this longsword down though for a moment. I just might get back on here later today in some armor to swing around a little bit. Matrix, what's up? So many people that would not... And let me know if the live stream lags and you don't hear what I reply. I'll repeat myself. Many people that would work. Amazing look. Oh yeah, right. If you know. Look great, but maybe you could have a... Vikings had to have read something, right? Back in the day. You could even... Well... Yeah, for if someone's just looking, but if you had one, you know what I mean? You could just tell them, like, hey, I got this off a raid. We raided a village, a Western king. But if you had one, you know what I mean? You could just tell them, like, hey, I got this off a raid. We raided a village, a Western European village, and I picked up this cool book holder. Yeah, you know what? You go to some of the Ren fairs, people really do Viking really well, and some people kind of don't. I would just imagine, though, if it doesn't totally fit, people would understand. If the rest of your Viking theme and persona is like on point, people would understand. If the rest of your Viking theme and persona is like on point, just to be carrying around a book, I bet people are like, man, that's cool. Hey, especially if you had some like, sorry, I'm drooling. Especially if you had some like Viking themed like runes or something, you know, on the cover, they'd be like, wow. You know what's really bad? Is now I have to go to the bathroom. We're going to see if we can hold it for a while because I'm not trying to end the live stream just yet. And nobody wants to wait around for like 5 minutes while I go do that. Around for like 5 minutes while I go do that. That's 300 to write down. Yeah, right? Yeah, you got it, it's a bounty, or whatever you call it. Yeah, you got it, it's a bounty, or whatever you call it. You picked it up off of one of your foes. Yeah, I think, and a lot of cultures did that. It's so funny, though, like, so, we were kind of talking about, like, I saw some of the comments about Eastern stuff and all that stuff. Like, my black and yellow armor is actually like Eastern inspired design, and there's no documentation of leg armor, so like thigh armor. So I have to wear like baggy pants over my thigh armor so that it looks historical. Sometimes I don't. I just skip it. But I like to, because I got baggy pants that go over it. That's what they do. They're like, well, you can't document the leg armor, but you can wear whatever you want under the baggy pants. Yeah. Oh, some of my, what do you call Waningas? Is that what the leg wraps are called? Like that's an awesome look. I actually have a couple pairs of them that I wear sometimes just because I like to wear them, and I wear my baggy like kind of like Viking themed pants and leg wraps sometimes. I've gone to the store for the heck of it for fun because they're comfortable. Yeah. Oh, Lee D. Hey, thanks, Lee. Lee again. Hey, Fighters Rule. What's up again, Lee? How's it going today? I kind of lost track. We're at 300. I kind of lost track of where we're at. These don't count, by the way. I kind of lost track of where we're just then, so I'm going to start over. That said, but we're about 300 that I have not written down on the board. Just trying to get some hits in here. You want to know something funny? I used to hate like I'm letting my hair grow out because my daughter wants. She's like, "What do you look like with hair?" So I'm gonna show her. I haven't had my hair this long in so long. It's not even long, you know what I mean? But she wanted to see, so that's what we're doing. I used to be like, man, I'd wear a hat and stuff because I used to hate like looking like I'm bald. Like I don't care anymore. You know what I mean? It is what it is. And we're at about unstable connection morning. I don't understand why. I have a good internet connection. I'm sorry if the broadcast is lagging. That's at least 400 to write down. Hey, Lee, thank you for liking the live. And I'm gonna say it twice in case it's lagging. We're gonna wait a couple seconds. Lee, thanks for liking the live. Just in case it's lagging, and someone, I think Gray Matter was saying it was skipping and repeating. Nothing I can do about it. If I could, you know what I should do? I should see if I can find a way to hardwire my cell phone to the landline. Yo, oh, who's that? Oh, OG Toast, and oh, Mr. Planeswalker again. Welcome back. Oh, okay. Planeswalker, we owe you some... Oh, all right, here we go. We got a donation set coming up, everybody. We got a donation set coming up, everybody. That means no standing in place. Let me write this down. Yo-ho. Thank you. Just so you know, too. I think you know. Maybe not, but for donations, always get a shout-out when I make up the highlight video for today. The highlight video for this will be tomorrow, and it'll be in the credits. Let me, man, the stupid marker broke. Let me write this down where we were at. See, the thing that sucks, I'm gonna do, for those gifts, I'm gonna get you a good couple decent sets here. Oh my gosh, and they're piling up. OG. All right. You two, we owe you guys some decent high intensity sets. I wrote the stuff we just did down on the board so we don't lose track. Here's how we'll do it. Here's how we'll do it. Make sure I don't miss anything in chat. Oh, thanks, appreciate it. This is my... For the gifts, we got some good intense sets coming up. But I just want to make sure I didn't miss anything there. About the moccasins, I think some good intense sets coming up. But I just want to make sure I didn't miss anything there. About the moccasins, I thought I saw something. Oh, they aren't documentable? See, I'm not really keen on that era and that region to know. Here's what we're gonna do. Here's what we're gonna do. All right, we got some gifts to burn off here, so we got some more intense sets starting right now. Can't see what I'm doing. There we go. And there we go. missed. That's one set. One of the sets for Planeswalker. Huzzah! That's one set. One of the sets for Planeswalker. Huzzah! Got another set for you here. Thanks for hitting that like button. And OG, don't worry, we're gonna get to your donations too. I have a thing where people, oh, unique everybody, playing Elden Ring. If you want to see some good Elden Ring clips, boss clips, unique UX and chat, some good Elden Ring clips, boss clips, unique UX in chat. Oh, guess what? Don't feel obligated to stay. You have a good day at work. You have a good day at work. We're going to break it up. That was 40 with the axe. Planeswalker. This is a set for OG Toast right here. A knee to the head. Kind of worked. Kind of didn't. A knee to the head. Kind of worked. Kind of didn't. Alright, that should be like 340. I'm gonna catch up on chat right after this. You want to know something interesting about axes in this sport? You can't use like a pull cue. I don't know what the difference is. Why you can still thrust with a butt of an axe like that, but anyway. Oh, hey, I thought I saw. I just saw the new Servant. If you're still there, What's up? I love the sax with the heart. American Boohurt made this sax. Alright, now that there should be 400. Just because I like OG toast, we're gonna do another just cool set for OG to make an even 500. Trying to look Boohurt armor requirements. Oh, to see how my. Oh yeah. Well. Oh, it must be 9 o'clock. I hear the church bell going off. So I think I'm gonna do another 100 set for you. Totally sweating in this shirt now. Before I do it, and we'll talk about this. Let me get another good set of 100 for you. But I think the main difference in SCA is the helmet. I'm quite certain. Well, I am exactly certain that I'm quite certain. Well, I am exactly certain that a lot, probably most SCA helmets wouldn't work for Boohurt. My favorite SCA helmet would not be good for steel. It would get crushed. But for rattan, it's not bad. Which I sort of don't understand sometimes, because I get hit harder in SCA a lot of times than I do in Boohurt. So I don't understand how, like, maybe because it's rattan and it gives a little more than steel. Yo, and Lord T-Rex, that's a T-Rex, that's a cool way to spell Lord T-Rex. What's up? I love the name right there. How you spelled that. Maybe because rattan forgives a little more, like the force you get hit just as hard, but the rattan bends. I don't know, but the biggest difference is definitely the helmets. Let me get this set in here for toast. Let me get this set in here for toast. Let me get this set in here for toast. A couple pummel strikes on that exchange air. Alright, that should be 100. Couple extra counted, but that's a good extra set for OG Toast, because those weren't just roses, that was the dinos. Thank you for the gifts, for one. And Demo, thank you for liking the live. Dark Street, I don't know. Huh. And Boohurt. As long as it fits in the armor, you know what I mean? Who is... That's one of the loudest motorcycle radios I've heard in my life. Good thing we're not streaming on YouTube. I'd have got a copy. They'd have been like, you're... copyright because this motorcycle drove by. Don't let me get started on that. You know how much better I like streaming on here than YouTube? Let's talk for a second. Yo, what's up, Pixie? Hey, I just did 500 hits on our friend here. I'm gonna complain about YouTube and why I like TikTok. And if TikTok goes away in September, I'll be streaming on YouTube again. But this is why I like this so much better. If it goes away in September, I'll be streaming on YouTube again. But this is why I like this so much better. Yeah, could you hear that? Like, loudest radio on a motorcycle, right? For one, everybody on a motorcycle, right? For one, everybody here who we're talking, I don't know what the difference is. YouTube Live. Now, I have a whole little kind of group on YouTube. Like, we're some minutes into this, and chat, we've been having chat, like so many people come by. YouTube, I don't know what it is, if the algorithm sucks. We're having chat, like so many people come by. YouTube, I don't know what it is, if the algorithm sucks. Like no one finds my lives. I've live streamed this on there too, at the same time as doing this. And YouTube sucks for community building. I upload so much sword content on there in my life. And I'm not saying that I don't appreciate, like, the people that come by on there. Did we even have this talk, why I even abandoned YouTube? Oh, bad service. Sorry. Did we even have this talk, why I even abandoned YouTube? Oh, bad service. Sorry. Pixie, let's try and move it over here. This is the sweet spot in the yard. I don't know what the difference is. I hope this fixes the lag. Oh, what? Why? I get to there. But anyway, TikTok's so much easier to build a community. YouTube is so hard. And I had anyway. TikTok's so much easier to build a community. I don't know why YouTube is so hard. And I had a YouTube community. Here's why I even left it. It's Wi-Fi. I'm on my home Wi-Fi. So I don't know why it lags. The phone isn't hot. It's not overheating. Yeah, there's no other apps open. I don't understand what the big deal is. But anyway, so on YouTube, right? I left YouTube. I don't know to hear somehow. 49 weeks. I was just saying that to somebody yesterday. 49 weeks till Pensick. So 49 weeks till Pensick. So I had a decent little community on YouTube. Let me tell you my whole complaint about that site and why I gave it up. Because I had the MMA fights in the armor, right? If you heard this story, I don't think we've talked about this on here. So I had an MMA fight in armor on my YouTube where I have like 20, I think it's close to like 3,000 subscribers now. I don't know why, because it's like people don't watch my content. It's like some people subscribe but they never hear from again. Same as on here, but on here more people come by. There's so much more interaction with everybody. I don't understand. I have not. Maybe I'm so glad you brought that up. I'm gonna screenshot that because yeah, if TikTok goes away in September, if TikTok goes away, we'll do Twitch. Actually, yeah, that's such a better idea. Alright. I had a fight, right? On my channel. Like 2,500 subscribers. I even titled it, My Pro Fight. That was the title, right? The next morning, we're going to Greece. So what happened was, I had where are the gloves? How do I lose these gloves? They're right here. Alright. So what happened was, this morning I was heading to Greece with my friend. We're going to a wedding. We get to Germany. Like, I don't remember how long, but it was probably like, you know, a good 16 to 20 hours into this trip. We're on a layover in Germany. I get some wireless. My phone seems to connect. I'm like, I don't know if there's any kind of roaming charges. I'm just going to log. We're on a layover in Germany. I get some wireless. My phone seems to connect. I'm like, I don't know if there's any kind of roaming charges. I'm just going to log on, check out my YouTube video that I titled My Fight. Alright, it had like 80 views. Video that I titled My Fight. Alright, it had like 80 views. which I don't care about the number of views so much, whatever, but it had like 0 likes, right? A big fat 0. It's like, whatever. Get to Greece. We get to the hotel room. There's this big TV that we can move around. We're overlooking the whole island of Santorini. And my friend, she's like, you know what? This has YouTube. You could watch your fighting videos. I was like, that's a perfect idea. I was like, what we're going to do, we're going to put the TV out on the balcony so we get a great view. And you and I are going to watch it, and you can react to it. We're going to watch my fight together. Get on YouTube. It had like 110 views, no likes. I was like, how do I have this many subscribers and not a 0 likes? So, didn't do it. I got back from Greece. I made this whole rant video why I'm abandoning my YouTube channel and I'm sticking to TikTok. I don't care. When I upload these highlights, I don't really care so much about the thing. The thing I like here is that when I live stream, there's so many of us now that like hang out and talk. I streamed on YouTube for plenty longer than this is day 61, just so we all know. Day 61. I've been on here. This is like only my 61st day streaming on TikTok, and it's so much of a better experience. YouTube, horrible for building a community, and I don't know why. And I put hours into that channel. But anyways, yeah, we'll have to look into Twitch. I'm gonna keep it here so that hopefully we don't get any lag. And I'm gonna keep an eye on chat. We're gonna get some more hits on the dummy. We're at 1,000, 2,000 something. We're at least almost at goal. If I get 3,000 a day, it'd be great. Time is it? 9:10. 10 after 9. I have to be in bed by like 10 a.m. just so we know. Get some hits on here, no? 10 after 9. I have to be in bed by like 10 a.m. just so we know. Get some hits on here, no? On here, no? Well, I could aim it this way. Now I can kind of keep an eye on chat. Question of avenues Molly might look at that she's interested in. I don't know if I followed. If I followed the comment all the way. Oh, yes. So, I can tell you this. Like, a lot of the merchants, and there's a lot of pants available that I've seen. Now I'm not, if I don't have the knowledge Pixie probably has on garb, but I know that a lot of merchants sell pants, and I think for the most part, yeah, I think most of everyone who or women that I camp with, or like presenting as women, wear pants, I think, more than dresses. My daughter wears total dresses. She has all handmade stuff. You know what I mean? What's up there, Tim? But I think a lot of them wear pants. Yeah, it's probably like not, strictly just pants, but there's a lot of options. I can say, at least from the merchants that sell stuff there, there's a lot of non-skirt options. Not, strictly just pants, but there's a lot of options. I can say, at least from the merchants that sell stuff there, there's a lot of non-skirt options. Plenty of skirt and dress options, but now as far as a certain theme, like an era or region, I don't know exactly who wears pants more than skirts and dresses. I'm gonna get to chat in 1 second. Actually, let's check it now. Oh, is Dave the Sword Guy? What's up, Dave, if you're still there? Actually, let's check it now. Oh, is Dave the Sword Guy? What's up, Dave, if you're still there? That's hell. You know what? There's so many actually many that even just fight like then wear regular armor. Like, you know what I mean? What do they say? Like, under the helmet, everyone's equal. Like, yeah, you probably got a lot. Yeah, you probably got a lot of options. I mean, you know what? I'm sure there's so many different options. Probably like any kind of. I bet you that there's some kind of Eastern Asian theme that has options. Probably like any kind of. I bet you that there's some kind of Eastern Asian theme that has more pants kind of garb. European. There's got to be plenty of options. I don't know if Pixie's still there, so I'm just gonna say, like, at least for merchants I see that sell stuff, it's not always just skirts and things. I sort of lost track, so I started over at 100. So that's like 115. I think we were way ahead of that. I sort of lost track, so I started over at 100. So that's like 115. I think we were way ahead of that, though. But anyway. Oh. Come on, sunglasses. So that's at least 200. That's like 227. I like that number. It's a random number. I don't. It's like 227. I like that number. It's a random number. I don't want them all to end in 0. They happen. I don't know if that's like an OCD thing or something, but. Hey! Oh! 27. Now we definitely will not end in an even number. This drives me crazy. I don't know. 27. Now we definitely will not end in an even number. This drives me crazy. I don't know how it ended up. 27. Now we definitely will not end in an even number. This drives me crazy. I don't know how it ended up to be 151. But I don't like. I like it to end on like a 3 or a 9. Let's at least end on a 3, which will be cool. I don't like it to be like, hey, we did exactly 2,000. I like it to be like 2,140, which will be cool. I don't like it to be like, hey, we did exactly 2,000. I like it to be like 2,140 or something like that, which will be cool. I don't like it to be like, hey, we did exactly 2,000. I like it to be like 2,140 or something like that. Not always ending in a 0. Yeah, here we go. Very oiled sword. I just wiped it on my glove, and now I'll probably have another stain on the glove. Ooh, I gotta make the glove video. We're over like 20. We're probably at like 30,000 hits with these new gloves I bought at Pensick. I said I was gonna make a video to show it off. That way, if anyone asks, you know, this is that squirrel just saw me. He was kind of sneaking up on us there. Pummel strikes in order. All right, we got it. We'll get set. We'll get set. We'll get 7 pummel strikes in this next set. Trying to aim this here so that the glare. Oh yeah, the sun does not ruin the stream. The sun will shine, and it like makes everything too bright. I have to go to the bathroom so bad. But if I think about it right, whenever you hit that fight or flight mode. That should be in fight mode, right? Swinging a sword, but... Alright, we're gonna get 7 pummel strikes in this next set of 100. Let me turn it a little bit so we're kind of facing it. There we go. That's 3. That's 7. We'll do a couple more than 7. Pummel strikes are the best. You know some place I like to pummel strike? Alright, if you want to... Hey, what's up, D? Vikings! We were actually talking about Vikings. Viking style and Viking fashion. Oh, thank you. Part of the live stream when I watch a replay to see how it looked. Well, thanks. Well, I appreciate it. Thanks for the feedback. What was I just going to say? Oh, how the dummy hurt me. He hurt me. What was I just going to say? Oh, how the dummy hurt me. He hurt me by saying I dropped my sword too much and I can't swing enough because my arms get worn out. And that's what hurt in here and up here. So then he volunteered. He said, let me help you out. Hit me 1,000,000 times in a year. And I graciously said, sir, I thank you for your offer. I will do that. So that's 200 to write down on there. Let's keep it rolling. You can hit people with one hand in Boo Hurt International. You can hit people with one hand in Boo Hurt International, not in IMCF. IMCF, you have to have both hands on the sword. IMCF, you can pummel strike. Boo Hurt International, you cannot pummel strike. It's like the rules are different for each league. But one of my favorite places to pummel strike is if I'm down like this, is into the thigh. Like, it's hard. One of my favorite places to pummel strike is if I'm down like this, is into the thigh. Like, as hard as you can. If they're level band, pop. If they're level band, pop. Looks like the sun's coming out. I gotta re-angle the camera a little bit. Alright, that should be 300. The sun is kind of, well, the sun's not really hitting the camera too bad. Oh, gosh. I thank you for the feedback. I don't know what the problem is, what the connection issue is. Now this is not what the connection issue is. Now this is not the sweet spot. For a little while I was saying this is a sweet spot in the yard. But I don't understand. I have a full internet connection. Farm life, I don't know. Farm life, I don't know. I thank you for letting me know, though. We've been like fighting it all day. I have been saying I have to go to the bathroom so bad. If y'all, and I'm not, I really should. Let me tell, if y'all, and I'm not, I really should. Let me tell you this. I have to go to the bathroom. I'm going to SHIP my pants if I don't go. I need pee my pants if I don't go. I need to go inside. I'm going to leave it on stomach. No offense if everyone wants to go. I'm just gonna let you know it's gonna be about 5 minutes. I so don't want to just leave everybody hanging, but at the same time, if I don't, we're gonna have a code brown on camera. All right, so we're gonna leave it with dummy. If you go, I thank everybody who tuned in. I will be back, but I need like 5 minutes. I did come back from Pensick. Just so you know, the next couple weeks I still have Pensick, I believe. I must leave you with our friend Bob here, though, because if I don't go, it's gonna be bad. I'm sorry. I'll be back very soon. Oh man. Oh man, are we even? Yo, hey. Oh man. Oh, you got to heart me while we were gone. I owe you a good set for that. if everyone who stuck around, I appreciate it. There's only a couple of us here anyway, but I'm gonna try and put this. We're gonna try and do this again from right here. If it's gonna lag over there or here, what's the difference? I just want to make sure my hands aren't wet when I plug this back in, because I don't want to get that would be even worse. Get electrocuted on live. Oh, there we go. Well, thanks for sticking around. Thanks for the heart me while I was in the bathroom. Mango. Oh, Sir Mango probably came by and left. He was probably like, oh, what is going on? Let me make sure I didn't miss anything else in chat while I was gone. Farm Life. Is Farm Life still here? Yo, who's still here? Let me just keep it. Oh, Talon. What's up? An OG toast. Oh. Luckily, that did not take like 10 minutes. So here's what my main problem is, right? Because I have this live stream. I still want to get some hits in here, but every hit that I'm doing is like televised. It has to be on record. So if I didn't go to the bathroom, I can't hold it for another whole half hour till 10. Yeah, right? Exactly. All right, we're gonna get some more hits on here. Anything topics we should cover? I don't know. Every hit has to be on record, and I didn't want to just end the live stream to go to the bathroom. I don't want to take the phone to the bathroom. That'd be probably embarrassing, right? So I thank you for hanging out during the break. Keep my eye on chat there while we're hitting this. I don't know why it's lagging. Like you were saying, there has to be some way. There has to be some way to get an extension on the router or something. You know, I've never even thought about solar panels. I bet they would. I don't know what this co-host thing is like. Whenever, how do people? Because they're not even here. Hasnian, how does Hasnian send me an invite, but they're not here? Let me get warmed up. I'm gonna. Oh, does it? I wasn't aware of that. Well, is it the amps because it has to get stored into like a battery, right? Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I wasn't aware that solar had so many amps. I'm gonna get a little warm up here after coming back outside, and then for that heart me, I'm gonna get you a good set, a high intensity set. I don't know if I'm going to be back on later today. I would like to get some hits in the armor. I'm just not sure if it's going to happen yet. I'm trying to stream till 10 in the morning. If I wake up early enough on my own without setting an alarm to wake up early, I will be back on. If not, the highlight of this video will upload tomorrow sometime. Of course, OG, just like you've been in them before in the highlight video in the credits for the donations. Alright, that's got to be about 90. I kind of estimate sometimes when I'm talking. Alright, here we go. Next set's for you, for that heart me. Huh, okay, I see what you're saying. Back in the day, I used to be such a whiz with electricity. When I was like... I'm shutting the door. I didn't push the screen door shut. Hang on. Because last thing I want are like all these mosquitoes to get inside. Alright, so check this out. Like when I was like 8 years old, like no joke, I used to be able to read all the bands on a resistor and know what they meant. The solar... Oh no! Wow. Well, I'm glad you're all right. Holy crap. Yeah, I've gotten a shock like that where my whole arm was numb once. The cicada. Oh, you can hear them too? Yeah. That's a good thing. When we stream at night, there's no cicadas. We had an outbreak here. After I'm gonna get a good crazy set in here for that heart me gift. Let me just tell you, the cicadas where we are. When we were in high school, and then I'll talk about the electric stuff again. But when we were in high school, like my senior year, we had the biggest outbreak of cicadas, and we were golfing, and they were all over. So many. You get on the golf cart, and they were just smacking off the windshield of the golf cart. It was insane. I remember at my mom's house, there were like millions of them on the tree, the shells. You'd find them all over the place. That's so funny with the cicadas. Yeah. We have a lot of lantern flies here this year too. Alright. Here's a good set for that heart me. He's getting away. True, yeah, that's the thing. And you know what? I was against killing. I try not to kill anything, including lanternflies, till my daughter educated me on that. What you're saying there. Oh my gosh, that sucks. So yeah, we've been on a lanternfly crusade out here. Exactly what you're talking about there. My daughter educated me on that stuff. Besides, Pennsylvania has a thing to kill lanternflies, so I do. Now I kill mosquitoes and lanternflies. The only two of the only things I actively seek out. There's so many of them here, but I actually killed a couple hundred lanternflies during the week. Like, no joke, I went out and got some bug spray. They were all over this fence. I was like, shh. I found out you can't spray from too close. Do you know if you can't spray from too close? Do you know if you spray paint something, you start from the outside. You don't just spray right on it. You start and go like this. Same thing with the unstable connection. Sorry. Lanternflies, you can't just spray right at them. Just like if you're spray painting something, you start from the outside and then you get it right on them. I'm sorry about your trees. That sucks. Oh, McLean, I think we've talked before, or you've been here before, McLean. If you're still here, what's up? Sorry about the connection, everybody. I don't know. I'll try and find some solutions, like you're saying, OG, with the router or something. Maybe there's a way I can extend it out here. Maybe there's a way I can just hook up internet to this. I don't know. Like a landline. I don't know how it would just connect through a USB-C, though. Good. All right. Thanks for the update. I don't know what the difference is, why it sometimes lags, sometimes it doesn't. Maybe it's... Yeah, I need to find something, because the router's like not too far from here. And that seemed to be the sweet spot where it was kind of like aiming outside the door that's open, but I don't know. But thanks for the feedback. I apologize. I guess I have no control over it, though. We're at 200 that we got to write down. Keeping an eye on chat. Oh, yeah, about electricity. Back in the day, so I used to be able to, I've made a lot of stuff with, like electronics. When I was 8, I was like an electronic with, I built a remote-controlled car out of, like, scratch. Like, with all the components, It wasn't supposed to be a remote controlled car. It was like a car, but I like added all the gears and whatever to it, and electric, and I had like so you could control it. I used to know what I was doing with electronics. I don't now. You know, you don't use it or you lose it, right? Okay, let me screenshot that too. I make my own armor for some things, like the SCA stuff. I took a screenshot if it freezes. That's why. So I remember what we were just talking about to look on Amazon for that product. For SCA, I've made some of my armor. I'm actually redoing it where everything's going to be underneath and it's just plastic. I'm a nurse at a hospital, and someone forgot their brace. You know, it's like a chest and back piece. This whole big plastic thing. And it just happened to be my size. And they forgot about it for almost a whole freaking year. So I took it. That if you haven't come back, they're not coming back. There's a lost and found section. Thanks for the likes. And it's just going to go underneath. And it matches almost exactly where my helmet comes down. Like it comes down a V like this. It almost sits right on top of it. So, so I might just fashion some neck protection on top of it. But no joke, like, you know, same with cell phone chargers. If people forget them, like, if you don't come back after a month to get your cell phone charger out of Lost and Found, you're not coming to get it. You know what I mean? This back brace was sitting in there for a year. There's canes sitting in there for a year. I was like, dude, this is now armor. Oh, hey, yeah. I used to be a carpenter back in the day, about 10 years ago. 12 well, I was for about 12 years as a journeyman carpenter. Right? How do you forget your cane? Yeah, nice. That is, yeah. Sometimes people sometimes it's our fault where we'll send somebody without their cane to like a facility, and that sucks. A lot of times, which I don't think anyone else at work does, but I actually drive people's stuff to the nursing home, not the rehab. People go to like a rehab to get rehab. Someone forgot their freaking their army veteran hat. I went out there and gave it to them. Somebody lost an earring. I gave it to them. Somebody lost, what's some other things? It was recent. Somebody freaking, a lantern earring. I gave it to them. Somebody lost, what's some other things? It was recent. Somebody freaking, a lantern fly. Hang on, everybody. Stuff. I'm holding this sword under my sweaty arms, so I'm gonna have to definitely clean it up. This is what they look like if anyone hasn't seen one yet. They're, yeah, horrible. Horrible for, whoop, it just disappeared. Horrible for this area. Kills trees. It killed, like, farm life. Oh, for one, thanks for coming back after I went to the bathroom. The other thing, too, did we talk enough about Pensick? Really weird. I don't know what this is. Some kind of dowel rod. And I just uncovered it. As I smashed the ground lantern fly into the ground. This is not from this is from whenever someone lived here before me. So this is at least 15 years old. I don't know what this is for. Anyway. Nice. Heck yeah, handmade camp furniture. See, I forgot. We're on at least 200. I forgot what we were on. Maybe we were on probably like 240 or something. I'm going to restart over from 200 while we're talking here. I was saying something before I saw that lantern fly too, but I forgot. Oh man, well, I would say at least Oh, that's awesome about the archery. We did a lot of the thrown weapons this year. My daughter and I. Once we found out that the thrown weapons, I've never done it up there until this year. Like, how have I been missing the thrown weapons stuff? Yeah, I think we're gonna get into the archery too. I have a feeling a lot of us are gonna cross paths one day because we're gonna get into the archery as well. Guitar scraps. That's awesome. Yep. That's what Pixie was just in here saying. 49 weeks to go. 2:30. Oh, you want to hear some drama from the Boohert world? Let me finish this set and I'll tell you. Alright, that's got to be 300. So, yeah. So the Boohert tee, there was someone just posted online yesterday, right? I won't say the team, whatever. I'm sure if you looked into it, you could probably see it because there would be an ongoing investigation. A very well-known person from one of the Boohert teams. They were having like a practice day, so you know they're all fighting each other just on separate teams and stuff. So for one, you know, you're all teammates, right? So they were doing some drills or they're going over a certain kind of throw. You know what I mean? If I say a head rip, they're practicing like these head rips where, you know, get the weapon over the head like a head rip, right? So there's a couple new people there, like the first time. So one of the other guys who's been doing this sport for like 10 years or whatever, goes over to where we'll call him the offender. The offender of this incident was on the other team, on the other side of the list. This dude gets in a little, he does a head rip on somebody, I guess. He runs over to the other side, comes up behind the offender, gets him in a head rip. That guy turns around, and since it's just like a practice, you know, he kind of let go of the head rip and thinking that they were going to go over something they just practiced, the guy instead takes him and gets him in some kind of like a position where he's got bends him over and his helmet, right, is like now being compressed down like this. And the guy's got him in some kind of hold, I guess, right? And I guess it's probably something legal at the moment. And the guy's like, okay, he's like, I'm done. He's like, I'm out. The guy just goes even harder, and now he's like smashing this guy's head down, like he's like trying to fold this dude's neck in half. And the guy even went down on his knees and was like tapped, like to tap out. You know, this is just a freaking practice. And the guy was so out of control, he just like got in that hold even tighter, where the dude that got hurt had to go see a doctor. So at the moment, the guy who is doing that got booted from the team, apparently. Now he's no longer you know, there's no association with them again anymore. But can you just imagine that at a practice, some dude was so like over the top, like doing that to his own teammate. Can you imagine that? Even after the guy was tapping out, like, and even got down on his knees, and luckily other people came and they ripped the dude off of him. But he was like pushing his neck so hard, like the guy said he felt something pop in his neck. Now, isn't that some crazy stuff? I'm sure it'll come up. I'm just not gonna comment on it, like the names and stuff, because they're going to like question everybody that's involved. But isn't that crazy? In a practice, somebody was so like that stuff in the sport, like makes me think sometimes, like, what if you're out there and that shit happens in a regular tournament or something, like where you're out there fighting, somebody loses their cool like that? What's to stop somebody from actually taking a sword and intentionally going like this. Yeah, right? Right? So they, and this is a guy who's been fighting in Buhert forever. I guess apparently he's gotten kicked out of some other like contact sports for similar behavior, like, and people stuck up for him like he's a good guy. But then this happens like a couple years later or something, you know. So yeah, can you imagine someone like that? I've heard some stories of people getting kicked off of teams for things like, you know, excessive. I guess I even had someone who I thought was a good match for the sport, who I was like, he lived in Cincinnati. I was like, talk to the Barbarians, and my friend in Cincinnati was like, hey man, I talked to him. He can't do this. He's not a good candidate for Buhert. And I was like, why? He's like, I don't want to tell you the specifics, but I talked to him at length, and he's not going to be good for us. It's like, all right. Who knows, you know? It's not like I knew this guy like really well, but I knew him from when I was a barroom dance competitor. Who knows? Maybe they should have more interviews like that, right? True, right? Yeah, you don't want to like. Why are you gonna do that to somebody? The guy was tapping. Oh yeah, I forgot the thing. So it's not just that. Like, okay, it was an accident. So afterwards, the offender sent the guy a message, and he said, I didn't care if you got injured. I don't care if you got injured. A DM. He didn't show the DM, but that's what he said. So yeah, that's kind of nuts. Oh, hey, Redneck. What up, Redneck, if you're there? Let me get, what time is it? 49. We got at least 10 minutes. Let me get a set while we're talking. I think we're at 300, right? After that? See, that's why I gotta write these things down. I am fairly certain we left off on 300. Is that Tin Man? Oh my god, Tin Man. I knew that was you from back here. I just can recognize with my blurry vision, because I'm supposed to wear glasses from this far away, but I can recognize... Yo, Tin Man. Every time I would turn the camera on Bobby D at Pensick, he'd be like, hey, Tin Man, is Tin Man there? Oh! Tin Man, what's up? Thanks for the heart, me. We owe you a good set for that. We'll keep it with the longsword. We're going to do a super fast set with the longsword for that one. I believe we're at... unstable connection, Tin Man. I don't know what's wrong with it, but just so you know, it keeps doing this thing. Oh, Tin Man. Tin Man ranked up. I just saw it. Yo, here, we're going to do a celebration sticker. Tin Man might know about the drama with the excessive force. The Buhert drama. Yeah, right? Can you imagine that guy, like, doing that? Doing that to your own teammate. You're so right, OG. What would they do to an enemy? Yeah, oh, there, cat's out of the bag. It's with the warlords, right? Okay, now we're talking. Yeah, now that the cat's out of the bag, it was this dude. It was Alexander Friedman, or I think his other name is like Brennan Miners or something like that. Yeah, the dude to his own teammate. The guy's, he said he can't even really do it for 6 weeks. A 6-week injury, according to his doctor. All right, Tin Man, let me get some hits on here real quick for ya. The warlords are in the news a lot this week, huh? If you know the other drama. Thanks for hitting a like. A couple extra. Ah, yeah. True. Yeah, you know, like crazy stuff, man, that you would do that to somebody in this sport. And that luckily, as far as I know, is rare. I haven't seen too many times where people have intentionally hurt others. Ooh, the phone is actually a little warm. So if it's lagging, it's I don't know, tough. I'm stuck with the equipment I got. I still wish I could stream this with a laptop at home. It'd be such a nicer setup. Ugh. Tin Man, thanks for the motivation for that one. Oh, good, good. All right. Yeah, once in a while it'll lag. I am so certain that that puts us at 400 to write down on here. If I'm wrong, if anyone disagrees, let me know. Sometimes I start talking and forget. All right, it's 10 o'clock. What we're gonna do the whole another row of this. Another 4 sets. I'm not just gonna end at 10 like I thought I was going to. Let's see, we're at 1, 2. Good, we're over 3,000. I'm actually lagging behind, believe it or not. Oh, you hear? Yeah. You're not the first one that's commented on it. They must be so loud. So the problem with TikTok Studio is that I have a MacBook, and it's not on an supposedly I don't see a MacBook version for it. What's up there, Renderone? That sounds like a medicine. You know what? If they had a fried cicada recipe, I would try it. Like, no joke. I've eaten a lot of weird stuff over the years, but for some reason, I think, oh, Komish. I actually don't even know how I say it in real life. I think it's Komish. I always think like the commissioner. So I don't know if he's here or not. He probably just logged on to TikTok and it just threw him into the live stream for a second. Yeah, you know, I just think so. I think they're so big that they probably end up being kind of crunchy and actually probably not too bad. Like, I've had crickets before, so they can't be much worse than crickets. I don't think crickets are that bad. I don't just like eat crickets all the time, but I've had some. Like fried crickets, yep. Oh, I will. All right. As soon as I'm off of here, I will. We're going to do like 4 more sets of something. I don't know if it's going to be 80. I don't know if it's going to be 230. I'm talking about doing this at Walmart one day. I've had chocolate covered. I've had some kind of garlic flavored. I've not had salt and vinegar, but I think that actually, I'd like that. There's a store near me. They sell like kind of weird stuff like that. And I remembered we left off on 33. Yep, exactly. And I'm all about protein and building muscle. Or trying to keep muscle. I've actually been losing weight lately while I've been doing this. Ooh. Wait, do people eat mealworms? Thanks for hitting the like button. Yeah, I have not. I didn't really think of them. I think whenever I think of mealworms, I think of feeding them to like the little pets we have. Like hamsters love mealworms. Our hamster loves them so much. I have a whole jar of mealworms in there. Trust me, I'm not gonna go eat some, but next time I feed him one, I'm gonna kind of check it out a little closer. Oh, I've had scorpion. You know what? I think he got me on tarantula. Whenever I was in college, my roommate had a tarantula, and I don't know what happened to it, but it like spontaneously exploded in its cage. I don't know why. It was one of the grossest things I've ever seen, so I don't know if I could handle eating a tarantula. Scorpion, I have eaten scorpions. And I think that's about 160 as we're talking. I'm trying to go a little bit slower so I can keep track of my head. But we're just hitting it for the hits right now. That should be 200. That's right, it said 200 on here. Burn the hair off. Huh? I can just picture that. Alright, to keep it color coordinated. This is where we got a lot on here. I'm not even going to try and add this up. But the highlight for this will be tomorrow. I have to upload the highlights from yesterday today. I really try to only upload a couple videos a day because I think when I upload more than that... Cleopatra, what up? Oh, Cleo! You got a new picture. That's why I didn't... I was like, Cleopatra. Cleo, what's up? Oh, there's the bell. Oh, wow. That 6 minutes seemed like it went on for 15. Hey, what's up? This is my retro look today. I don't know what happened. I totally lost track of time. I thought it was way past 10. There we go. My daughter was like, I've never seen you with hair. Like, grow it out so I can see what you look like. I was like, alright. We were just talking about eating cicadas. If you can hear them, it sparked an interesting conversation. Yeah, so we're not just leaving at 10 like I said we were going to. Oh, I didn't realize how many people are here watching. Interesting conversation for everybody here, huh? We're going past 10 o'clock. Like I said, we got 3 more sets to do on here. It could be 40. It could be 90. It could be 1,000. I know, right? The worst thing in the world. Now, when they have those big outbreaks of cicadas, that's the worst. I would go run, like we were talking earlier about when we had the big cicada brood out here when I was in high school. When we were golfing one day and they were just smacking off the golf cart window and we were just driving down the golf course, I would go run like for exercise and they would stick to me. It was insane. There's so many. All right. Plot twist. I don't think I'm going to wake up and put my armor on before work. We might have an armor day tomorrow, though. I have to get some more armor work in, though, before this tournament I have coming up. But I think I'm going to just sleep in. I'm not going to wake up again before work to do this. Gotta put the sunglasses up though so I can read chat. That's about 100. There's so much stuffing that's still coming out of this dummy. I need to put some more duct tape on where the dummy kind of split at the seams. That's 200. It better not be 300. I just totally lost track. That'd be 200. A little bit of hip action on this Saturday morning. Okay, all right. That was 250 then, right there. The neighbors are like out doing stuff. He kind of just looked over. He's like, This is me talking to my camera, hitting the dummy on a Saturday morning. $283. That's a good number. Like I said, I want to have some random numbers today. As I said, 283. We're gonna get some water. All right. So here's something I found out. I'm gonna make this video. Someone told me, see how this got some rust on it? And I keep these in pretty good shape. I don't know how things get rusty. So I had my melee armor. I wore it for that pole arm tournament I did a month ago or whatever. It's probably been more than a month ago now. And I dried my gambeson out. I put the armor on. I wiped all the armor. Like I put some stuff on it so it wouldn't get rusty. I come back like 4 or 5 days later, because I don't just walk past my armor stand every day, right? Everything's freaking rusted. Don't understand it. So, my friend up at camp told me, soak rust in yo, thanks for the likes. There's like, soak it in some white vinegar. I'm thinking, what the heck is vinegar going to do to rust? Well, I tell you what, I put it in there and let it sit for a day. My chainmail, I pulled that chainmail out, man, it ate all that rust off. Is insane. I have an old Aventail, and I'm gonna make a video on here, on just to show how good it works. It's crazy. Yeah, like I was like, vinegar. I'm thinking I gotta go buy CLR or something at the store. Nah, a couple gallons of vinegar. I found that the big problem is with the chainmail is that so the first time I did it, right? I soaked the chainmail Aventail in the vinegar for like 18 hours or something, just because I got it back out the next day. I picked it up. I was like, oh my god, like it just like the rust just washed right off for the most part. Well, yeah, I guess so. It worked wonders. But the thing is, where the chains like overlap, so I let it dry out. I kind of wiped it off, and then I sprayed some stuff on it, like some water repellent or some oil to oil it up. And then I was looking, I was like, man, where the rings overlap, the freaking the rusty water dried on it, so it was like it looked rusty again. I was like, crap. Got another gallon of vinegar, let it soak overnight again. So then what I did was I bought 2 gallons, because they're only like $4 at the dollar store. Does the Coca-Cola work really good? Huh, I've heard that. I've heard they use Coca-Cola to clean up crime scenes and stuff. Is this lagging? Because it looked like it did. But anyway, yeah, I heard Coca-Cola they use to clean up crime scenes. So what I did, I got another whole gallon, right? I soaked it in it. Then I made sure that I rubbed the Aventail through it to just get the water to kind of get the rusty liquid off between where the chain overlaps. And and the water was brown, so I thought, you know what? Dump it, pour another gallon of vinegar in there. Not to soak it, but just to I was just dipping it in, dipping out, and it just sort of washed it all off. So the first time I realized, it actually, where the rings overlap, it dried with the rust on there. I was like, crap, I gotta do it again. But it's not too bad. Oh, I took it, I was just looking, I was like, I forgot I put it inside. It was sitting out here. I was like, did somebody steal it? Dude, yeah. I thought so. That's what I heard that it does. There's a little bit of a glare with the sun coming up. That might kind of help for a little bit. I don't care about that grass right there. That used to be a garden. It's now overrun. People come in and be like, they're like, cut your grass, dude. I'm like, the grass is actually cut from a week ago. People be like, you should be spending your time cutting. I don't care. That's my weed garden out. That used to be a great garden. Well, I was gonna say something else about the vinegar though. Yeah, I'm gonna do with that other Aventail I have. I'm gonna do a little a 24-hour time lapse. Not like a complete time lapse, but I'll show just how well it works. They'll now know our secret. Yo, Ruger, what up? Who probably also knows about the Boo Hurt drama we were talking about earlier. And I hope that you're healing up well if you can hear me, if you haven't left yet. I gotta make that video about these gloves, where I got these gloves. I gotta make the chainmail video, a leather punch video. I'll have some more cool stuff coming up on here. Where's the really loud radio on that bike? Such a great idea. Such a great idea. Right. Wow. Very, very good idea. Oh, Bovar. Hey, if you are still there, if you hear me, what up? For one, oh man, and hand a tear. Well, it's always like right when we're getting around the end, everybody, there's always like another wave. I don't know why. It's like, what time is it? I think it's in time zones. Everyone's kind of getting up for today, getting on TikTok. If either of y'all are out there, hope you're having a good day. Thanks for the likes. You got me on some new ideas. You got me on your ideas. I'm definitely going to do that. You know what? If I could do anything, though, I would get a titanium Aventail made, but I don't have the money. I used to have a lot of money. I worked like a whole year overtime to save up a ton of money. It was great. I got a lot of good stuff out of it. But, yeah, I don't have the money for a titanium Aventail anymore. It would have been great. It would, if like my whole dueling kit's titanium, I don't have to worry about it. I just have to oil the hinges and stuff, you know what I mean? We left off on 90. How did I remember that this time? This shirt's holding up pretty good. I put this shirt on his stomach. It's a brand new shirt today. Alright, that should be 200. We're going to keep it going here. I need to do that too. That's what I'm doing for my SCA kit. The thing is, like, I don't know how to work leather that much. I could probably make one. I know I could make one on my own by how many different types of neck protection I've had. I just don't know if I could, I should just try it one day. Buy the leather and do it, you know? I need a new brig. If I could just take my old brig and lay it out and put a new one together on some better material, I so would, but I'm just so scared to do it. I don't want to take my brig apart and try to make a new one and mess it all up. You know, I get a month between tournaments, if that. Like, if I screwed up, I don't have the time to freaking make, you know, to correct my mistake. Alright, we left off on 200. This must be going on like a 3-hour live stream. Alright, that's like 300. Oh, Tin Man, again, thanks for hitting that like button. Much appreciated. I think we're on like 3 hours. Alright. Is that 240 or 340? I think it was 240. I think it was 340, but I'll say 240 because I lost track. I had it in my head till I saw the donation. Either way, I think we'll say it was 240. You're going to get a set of 100 for the donation there. A nice intense set. That'll put us at 340. Hold on. I gotta rearrange the dummy, and we just rounded it so it'll be at 350. Ooh, here we go. 440. Oh shoot! You're right. You're right. Wow, I almost cheated myself out 200. Just for that, you're gonna get a. We're gonna do 100. So it's 450, right? Do 100 to make it 550. Good call. And then you get a bonus 50 with the axe for having a good memory. So that'll round up to like 600, right? We're at 450. All right, here we go. Donation set. Whoa, I totally missed his head. And we'll have a couple extra to go, just for you. Burn some energy. I we'll just say it was. Whew. Got stuck. Got stuck again. Hold on. Get out of there. What's up, Daniel Gibson? Oh. Still awake from last night shift. We got one more set after this. It's going to be a random number. Hey, everyone else is just tuning in. All right, everybody. Last set of the day. I'm not going to wake up and do this before work like I thought. We're at 10:21 in the morning. Yeah, I'm gonna just use the rest of the time to sleep in before I have to go to work tonight. But it's like, this is like 10:20 p.m. You know what I mean? So if I stay up till 11 a.m., it's like I stay up till 11 p.m. And after this, I gotta watch that episode 18. All right, let's do it. Let's just see what we get. This is the last set. Was it there, Arcaria? Some left-handed. It's 100. Five. $150. I lost track. Oh man, we're at 150. Oh, we'll just say we'll say it was 170. Darn it. So I was thinking in my head, I need to practice left-handed like a slash and come back to the other side. And once you know it, we frickin' forgot what number we were on. We'll just say it was 170. Plus I was looking at the glare. Alright, so that should be 200. We'll do these ones right here. Just going to fill in the gap in case we did lose track and we're a little behind and off the number. Alright, so that should be 200. We'll do these ones right here. Just going to fill in the gap in case we did lose track and we're a little behind and off the number. We shot here. We're not counting these. We're still going to say we're at 200. Alright. Left-handed. Alright, 250. I saw someone, thanks for liking thanks for liking the live, Tin Man. I don't know if you heard earlier I was saying, or if I forgot to say, every time Bobby D, I'd aim the camera at him, he'd be like, is Tin Man here? Even when he weren't here, man. Bobby D. He'd be like, is Tin Man here? Even when he weren't here, man. Bobby D. Oh no! Oh, their heat oven broke. Yeah, that'd suck if the oven broke. Yeah, that'd suck if the if they got the metal wrong. But yeah, that sucks. Oh my gosh, was it just down to like a couple? Oh my gosh, was it just down to like a couple plates or something? A couple pieces. I'm sorry to hear that. That sucks. The worst thing is, I know, right? The worst thing, I'm getting another water I have sitting here. We're on 250. So, my worst delay, whenever I was getting my armor, I got a tooth knocked out at practice, and it took me, it was $700 some. So glad I did. At first I was thinking I would have this big stupid gap in the front of my face. But anyway, I got my tooth knocked out, took it out of the armor fund. Oh no! Hey, well, what do you need? What armor part of the armor fund? Oh no! Hey, well, what do you need? What armor parts do you need? Ah! Move the camera and it's lagging. I wonder if it's the light. Does that have something to do with the light? I put it in the direct sunlight. I wonder if it's trying to like focus. Let me try something here, everybody. It might be something as dumb as this. I'm gonna just, all right, I'm gonna try and press this button on the dummy. Nope, nope. Maybe if it kind of like locks on that. Maybe it has something to do with the camera trying to focus. Like sometimes when I record videos, I'll see it'll go darker then lighter. Like the camera's trying to think of making the best contrast for lighting. I wonder if it has something to do with the lighting. Oh, okay, you can borrow a kit. Yeah, I was gonna say if you need, I don't know if we could pull it off, but I was gonna say if you needed armor parts, I have a whole set of armor. You know what I mean? Like, I have 3 sets of armor. I don't know I don't know if we're the same exact size though. You know what I mean? But that, all right. If you can borrow some, that's cool. We're on 250. Time is it? Couple minutes. We'll stay up to like 10:30. We'll stay up to like 10:30. What was that? Oh, a piece of duct tape flew off. All right, 300. Oh, alright, so I'm like about the same height and almost the same weight. Well, if you do or something happens, let me know. I might have some. I don't know how to work it out, but I'm sure it's the same weight. Well, if you do or something happens, let me know. I might have some. I don't know how to work it out, but I'm sure there's a way that we got plenty of time till September. Okay, awesome. Good to hear. Yeah, my black and yellow armor, like the one in my picture here, has had I bet you like 20 people in it over the I bet you like 20 people in it over the years. People that show up and be like, "Hey, what's this armored combat stuff about?" Be like, "Well, come to a practice and try it out." You know, it fits so many people. There'd be times when like when we'd have people like our friend, our teammate Zenith, right? His first ever Boo Hurt tournament, we threw him in there, but I was like, you know what? I was like, you're not wearing the headdress. So that's whenever I started saying, okay, if you see my armor out there running around, it doesn't have the headdress on, it's not me. And sure enough, you know, like it was his first ever event. And people were posting videos of it, and people were like, is that John Hall getting it? Like, someone's like, oh, you let John get in your backfield, and I was like, that's not me, but thanks for a compliment. That's our new teammate, because every round he was the center, and he would just run to the other side. He did that to Kenyaz, and Josh online was like giving them crap about it, like they let me in. I was like, it's not me. All right, that's cool. Yeah, well, yeah. Sounds like you'll be good on the armor though. So I had this whole thing like now I just, if someone else wears my armor, I take the headband off, the headdress off. Still, people think it's me. That's like my iconic armor from back in the day. Actually, not so much, because now that there's so many people that do this sport, like a lot of people don't know me. But back in the day, like five years ago, everyone knew it was me because of the armor. All right, let's get a couple. We're at 300. Your armor has a beard? What kind of beard? Like a metal beard? A fabric beard? Or what is it? What's the beard? Okay, I heard music. If it was the ice cream truck, I would say we're going to get ice cream, but it's not. Someone's radio. And also, thanks for hanging out today. I told it would be a freaking boring time hitting this thing a million times if I didn't have chat. Oh, that's awesome. Huh. That's so cool. I love that, the way you're describing that look. Oh, yeah, you know what? I got black and yellow because it matches Pittsburgh. The Pirates, the Steelers, the Penguins. I don't know if it seems like not every city goes with the same colors for every team. I guess we do. Yo, hey. And oh, Hope. What's up again, Hope? Welcome. We're on the last set, just so we know. We're running over a couple minutes. We're on 300 to write down. Heck yeah. Oh, for sure. Yeah, as soon I was picturing it would match, you know, definitely that theme for sure. We're just hitting the dummy for points right now. It's 400 in this set. Moss! Oh. 400. We're gonna just go, we're gonna get another 100 and then a little bit of random. We're gonna just go, we're gonna get another 100 and then a little bit of random numbers so it doesn't just end in zeros and they'll break it off. I'm actually kind of feeling it. Still awake from last night and I haven't drank energy drinks in 3 weeks. I can't believe I'm no longer hooked on Red Bull. I would have to drink like 2 a day. I may sleep a lot more now. I may feel like I'm dragging a little bit, like I feel like it right now. Because usually I would have had a Red Bull this morning before this. It's crazy. And I'm staying off them as long as I can. And it's not because so much of drinking so many energy drinks are bad for me as much as it costs how much money I was spending on energy drinks every day. Alright, why stop there, right? Need a couple more in. Oh, we need a couple more in. Yeah. Oh, well, true on that. Yep. Coffee. I had 2 coffees overnight. I don't know how I'm just surviving on. Yep. Coffee. I had 2 coffees overnight. I don't know how I'm just surviving on that. I went to that camp for 2 weeks. I didn't drink an energy drink. Haven't had one since. So it's like 3 weeks without one. I've saved. Oh, well, saved a lot of money. We're gonna continue a little bit more. All right, saved a lot of money. We're gonna continue a little bit more. All right, last little burst of hits here for bed. Let me just make sure I didn't miss something. Oh, dude, Tony Silva. Whew, been a while. Thanks for stopping by. Like I said, a lot of times I think people just turn on TikTok and it just throws them into the live for a minute. As soon as I run out of energy on this one, that's the last of it for today. At a leisurely pace. Right? Yeah, I don't need to be that amped up anymore. My left arm's kind of dragging a little bit. Don't feel like holding it up anymore. Screw it. That's it. I'm never going to run out of energy, it seems like. Now, if my calculations are correct, that was 712. I'm pretty sure. All right. So this is what we got today. A lot of reps. Oh. Let's just get an estimate real quick. Actually, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we got over 4,000 hits in. So happy with that. I'm actually getting behind. My average is down to like 2,500 a day, and that's actually going to take me longer than a year. But we had a lot of time off, actually. Like Pensick, I didn't hit it every day like I should. But it was, they got to the point at Pensick where we had other stuff to do. Belts. Hey, Belts. Oh, yeah, it was. I was keeping track for the most part. All right, so I'm going to go to bed. Let's see. I think it might be the same time tomorrow. Just so everybody knows. If you're interested, probably about the same time tomorrow. Probably the same thing. I might try and get the armor on tomorrow, though. So it'll be like... Whoa, I almost fell over. Ah. Might be on with some armor. I don't know. I need to get the armor on to do some saber work. I need to make sure my speed is good and fighting in the armor is good, considering we got a fight coming up. If you haven't, if you weren't here in the beginning when I said it, I got this clothing for this dummy today. $20 on Amazon, and this is a pretty decent shirt, like a medieval tunic. I tried it on, like it's actually not bad quality. I don't remember who makes it, but like $19.99 is 20% off. Like probably the cheapest, best tunic, and I hit it a bunch today, and it's holding up well. So yeah, I'm probably gonna go to bed. Oh no, you know what? I'm not a white belt. So I would love to be. Every time I go to Pensick, I'm always thinking like, man, I need to, like, I would love to get a white belt, but I just don't have the time in my life. Plus, the other thing is, I camp with, so the kingdom I live in, I never fight with them. I always fight with the enemy, and they always like get on me about it sometimes, you know, like, so I'd have to find a night here, and then I'd have to. All my friends that I've been going to Pensick and camping out with and living with every 2 weeks for 2 weeks every year for years now, I would have to camp somewhere else, and I don't want to get into that. If I would have got smart, I would have gotten on a road to a white belt like 10 years ago when I first started doing SCA stuff. Yeah, so I don't know. I'm trying to get my white belt though this year. Hitting the dummy. Staying in shape. I'm still tied for. I'm still rank 2 for buckler in Boohurt, as far as I know. Got 4 tournaments coming up. If I can win a first place in 1 or 2 of them, yeah, we'll see. Maybe if I can get a white belt, it's going to be from duels this year. Don't know how it's going to work. As you can see, he has some lipstick on. The kids at camp drew pupils and lipstick. Yeah. Oh, gee, I appreciate it. We're trying. Four more tournaments this year. Uh-oh. Why'd it go dark? Because the puzzle piece. There's this puzzle piece. I don't know if you know, but I got to drag this thing, and there we go. All right, so, yeah, I got to get to bed. Hey, I appreciate you hanging out, Tin Man, if you can hear me, if you're still there. Oh, let's do a shout-out. Who's still here? We got, yo, OG Toast, Tin Man. Oh, Talon's still here. Dallas Page. What's up, Dallas Page? And Talon. Because I know not everybody uses the chat. Talon with, like, the super watch time. Talon, this is everybody else who just donates to Talon. You get the thank. That's my thank you salute. So thanks for the watch time, Talon. All right, everybody. Yeah, thank you. And thanks. Yeah, you know, it would be so boring. I would never do this without you guys. Oh, Talon. Hey, yeah, sure thing. Hey, good to see ya. Talk to you, I mean. Alright, I gotta go to bed. I'm gonna pass out soon. I have to wake up for work. About the same time tomorrow. I don't know if we'll go till 11. We'll get some time in tomorrow morning, everybody. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you here in the next one.